Today, the crypto market is dipping, with the price of Bitcoin being down about $3,000. But what the heck is going on, and when are we going to have that breakout that I promised in my last video? Well, it's still coming, I think, so don't worry, but listen up and don't be a FOMO. Well, in my last video, I did say that we were probably going to be seeing some kind of a cool-off over the weekend before we could get back to pumping on Monday. Today is Monday, and with us not actually seeing that retracement over the weekend, it looks like it's happening today. And right now, at the time of recording, Bitcoin is sitting at about $63.2 thousand. One reason why we're seeing this a little bit of a sell-off today might actually be because Japan has been seeing a really bad situation in their stock market after the party's election of a new prime minister, according to this article on the New York Times. And apparently the stock market there has dropped by about 5%, and if you know anything about stocks, I know that doesn't sound like much in crypto, but it would definitely be very significant if the S&P 500 dropped by 5% in a day, and that might be causing some fear of some kind of a contagion effect that could spread itself around the globe. And some people are thinking that they might actually have to raise interest rates because their new prime minister has been historically a critic of the ultra-low interest rates, and he might be trying to get somebody to raise those rates, which would almost certainly be bad for the global economy and for stock markets all around the world, including here in America. In my opinion, it's probably blown out of proportion, and there's not really anything to worry about until they actually do talk about raising interest rates. And we're also seeing China's stock market getting their best day since 2008. So while money is flowing out of the stock market in Japan, it's flowing into the stock market in China. And China has been talking about maybe being softer on their policy against cryptocurrency, so we could be seeing money flowing back into the crypto space coming from China as well really soon. But the real reason why we've been seeing this sell-off in the crypto market today is probably just because it is the last day of the month, and we've got Pumptober coming up next month, which is the very beginning of Q4, and all of these institutions are just trying to settle their books and get ready for the next quarter that's actually coming in tomorrow. A lot of people have been saying that Ethereum is probably dead or it's dying, and usually in the past that's been a really good indicator that it's a great time to get into a project, because right after people start talking about it's dead, usually that's when it starts to see its pumpiest price action. And according to this article on Decrypt, it looks like Ethereum staking yields could actually outpace US rates this year, and that would probably boost the prices according to experts. As you may know, at the end of the last bull market, Ethereum switched to a proof-of-stake mechanism, and according to this article, Ethereum staking returns are expected to exceed the US interest rates in the coming year, a shift that could bolster Ethereum's price as investors seek higher yields. Right now, Ethereum's staking yields are sitting at about 3.2%, data shows, but with the Fed funds rate being at 5%, that means that you can get much better returns from US Treasury markets, and the Ethereum yields just don't look that enticing, honestly, especially since they come with more risk. However, we do have about a 35% chance at the time of recording of another 50 basis point rate cut in the next meeting, which would bring us down to 4.5%. And if it continues dropping in the coming meetings after that, well then obviously the Treasury returns are going to start being less than what you could actually get from staking Ethereum, and that could definitely make it a more enticing asset, and that could bring a lot of people in the traditional bond market over into the crypto space as they do start to seek those higher yields. According to the CME FedWatch tool, it looks like we should start getting down into that range around May or so. But as I've said in a lot of my previous videos, I think we probably got some kind of an economic crisis coming up, maybe in the next year, and that's going to cause the Fed to lower interest rates a lot more drastically than they've been talking about up until this point. If that does happen, then obviously those interest rates could come down a lot quicker, and then Ethereum could start to become more and more enticing and maybe even become a flight to safety from the bond market. Speaking of the Fed, we do have Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking today, and we've had a bunch of other members of the FOMC also speaking today, and it sounds like they are starting to lean a lot more towards another 50 basis point in the next meeting. So even though the market is down today, it's just a retracement, and there's a lot more liquidity that's coming into the system. And with the election coming up and us having seen the most bullish September since like way back before 2013, it looks like we've probably got a few more bullish months ahead of us, And like I continue to say, we're just waiting for a little bit of volume to come in to confirm a breakout and send us skyrocketing to the upside again. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is the Fed going to do another 50 basis point rate cut in their next meeting? And is this going to be the catalyst and the liquidity that we've been waiting for to send us skyrocketing to the moon? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if it brought you value. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day.